What up, everybody? At the end of season 6, when Duda was killed, we saw the return of the Chicago PD and Detective Toussaint for the first time in years on the Shy. But even after Duda was killed, we still didn't get too much of an investigation into his murder. But then Detective Toussaint gets word from her son in jail that Reg is still alive, and now she wants to start doing police work again so she can lock Reg up. First, getting the images of Reg and Jake when they robbed the ATM machines. Then, several months later, talking to Kari about his vomit being near Rob's crime scene. But without even being able to connect Reg to Rob in any type of way, Detective Descent immediately tries to get Bakari to pin everything on Reg, not having anything to even connect Bakari and Reg together other than both of them being members of the 63rd Street mob. After receiving this information, to stay one step ahead of Alicia, Bakari told her about being questioned by Detective Toussaint and let Alicia know that Toussaint was looking into Reg and insinuated that Reg killed Rob, and Alicia ran with it, asking Bakari where she can find Reg. Bakari gave her the info where she could find Reg, so Alicia and Shad started staking out outside of Reg's building, and as he was receiving an order from Smokies, Alicia fired shots at Reg without even questioning him about what happened or anything, or why he would even have motive to kill Rob in the first place, hitting Jamal in the process, and only grazing Reg on the shoulder. Alicia must not have any kind of street smarts or critical thinking skills because she had her son's killer, Nuck, ready to put a bullet in him, but let Nuck convince her it was Zay who made the call and not him, and didn't even question that story at all, considering that Nuck is the boss, only to get Zay and have him about to tell her the truth and shot him before he could even speak. Then she runs with the story that Bakari gives her about Reg killing Rob, and without even any more information other than that, shoots at him from down the street with someone standing in front of him and potentially kills an innocent man, Jamal, who had recently just got married to a jump off and was trying to be a positive light in his community. Then Alicia was the one talking about she wants to kill the killers and she wants to kill those who kill without conscience. While this season alone, we've already potentially seen her now kill two people that had nothing to do with her son's death. I think Rob even said it himself that his mother was worse than Duda, and I think the only reason he started with her again was to get money for him and Tiff's business. Unlike when she killed Zay, who's in the game, and not too many people were bothered about his death. It's gonna be a lot different situation with Jamal because he has a wife, a sister, a job, and a lot of people in the community who he's friends with. And all these people are going to be looking for justice if he dies. Then there's also the fact that Jamal's sister, Lene, was Bakari's ex girlfriend and his first love, who he still cares a lot about. And I think Bakari will easily figure out who shot Jamal when he gets word of where Jamal was when he was shot, and he finds out it was right outside of Reg's apartment building. He's gonna know that he sent Alicia over there with the intention of killing Reg. So Bakari will be the one person who knows for sure it was Alicia who was involved in shooting Jamal. And to make the situation even more interesting, Bakari knows that the cops have found his vomit at the crime scene. And what would happen if that word got back to Alicia and she figures out that Bakari has been lying to her this whole time and knows exactly what happened to her son? And the way Alicia's been moving this season, she might would shoot Bakari without any questions asked. And there's also the fact since giving Bakari the scholarship to get into school, Alicia kind of acts like she owns Bakari now in a type of way and wants to have control over him. And has even been trying to force Bakari to sign with a publisher he doesn't want to sign with. Because of all these factors coming into play, I think Bakari could make a move against Alicia. Then, when you think about it, if anybody's going to take Alicia out, it would probably be someone who she trusts and who could get close to her without Shad being around. And Bakari definitely fits both of those categories. Not to mention that Shad, even though he's supposed to still be protecting Alicia, he's not going to be around her full time like that anymore after they just broke up last episode. So right now, Alicia is a little more vulnerable to an attack than she normally is. Then also keep in mind that Bakari has killed before over the same type of thing, killing Ronnie to get revenge over him killing Kugi. So Bakari killed over his good friend, and I definitely think he has it in him to kill to get revenge for Alicia shooting Lene's brother Jamal, especially if he ends up dying. And I also feel like Bakari is going to be dealing with some level of guilt himself over Jamal getting shot. I also notice how Bakari willingly gave this information to Alicia that he was questioned by the cops and that they think Reg is who killed Rob. But he didn't give this information to Nuck because Nuck thinks that Bakari is the last loose end and the only person left alive that knows that he killed Rob. Bakari probably knows that if he told Nuck that he was questioned by detectives because they found his vomit at the crime scene, that Nuck would probably kill him to make sure that it didn't trace back to him. Not to mention, Bakari better make sure that Nuck doesn't find that card Detective Desant gave Bakari, or he's gonna think he's talking to the police, and then he would almost guarantee kill him. And if Jamal dies, notice that he was shot in the back, similar to Rob. And also similar to Rob, I think that Dom is going to find out she's pregnant with Jamal's child, just like Tiff found out she was pregnant with Rob's child after his death. And then there's also the wild card of Reg and how he's going to respond to getting shot at and even clipped in the shoulder. Because he's most likely going to think that it was Nuck trying to take him off the board before he gets a chance to make a move against him. So this shooting will also likely escalate the war over the 63rd Street mob if Reg thinks that's what happened and he retaliates. And if that happens, then Bakari could end up being a casualty in the war that he started by trying to pin Rob's murder on Reg. Keep it in mind that Reg already told Jake to stop with Bakari. So that lets us know that Bakari was already a potential target for Reg because the fact he's Nuck's lieutenant. So if Reg thinks it was Nuck and possibly Bakari who shot at him, I could definitely see him going after Bakari before he goes after Nuck. First off, because Bakari is an easier target than Nuck would be, because he goes to school and walks around on his own and doesn't have any type of protection with him. And second, if Reg took Bakari off the board, that would make Nuck an easier target if he doesn't have his lieutenant with him anymore. And the final wild card coming into play is Victor get involved because Reg was shot, keeping in mind at the beginning of season 3 that he killed the dude who he thought was responsible for killing Reg. So Victor will hold it down over his family. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.